Alright, what's up guys? So I know it's been a really long time since I've made a video, and yeah, I'm sorry about that guys. But first off, I want to start off by giving a shout out to a couple of people that I've met who have seen the channel, and I've got to meet them through ATP or they started training at the same base that I go to. Just want to say it's been really cool meeting you guys. I'm glad the channel's been able to help you guys out. Looking forward to meeting more of you guys who watch the channel. But anyway, so today I'm going to talk about a bit of an interesting subject, and it's going to be, I'm going to talk about how I got my private PPL license for free, and I kid you not, I did not pay a dime for my my private PPL license, and it's probably going to take me like 10 minutes to get through this whole story. But before I start, if you guys want to listen to this and use this so that you can get a free private license as well, odds are it's not gonna work for you, not because like you're not special or anything, it's just because the program is really specific on who can do it and who cannot. And I'm hoping that there'll be a fair amount of people who are eligible for this program who can go and do it, who can also go get a free PPL, because that's gonna save you like 10 or 15 grand right off the bat. I know that mine came to about $14,000. That was all paid for. So anyways guys, let's get into it. So my high school, and I kid you not, my high school, it's called South Mountain High School down in Phoenix, Arizona. They have a aerospace program, and basically what it does is it introduces their students to aviation and various fields. So I'm talking mechanic, air traffic control, business management, drones, and piloting. And since I would say probably 1980s, this high school, and from what I know, it's one of the only ones in the nation, offers their students a free private PPL license. Now granted, it does require a lot of work. Me personally, what I did was my freshman year, I took aerospace science. Then sophomore year I took ATC 1-2 and aircraft maintenance technologies 1-2. Junior year I took ground school, and then senior year I did my private PPL license through my high school. And it is a really great program. First off, you're getting 141 training for your PPL. You have the whole school year to get it done, so there really isn't any rush. You have your flight instructors teaching you, and then you also have a ground instructor hired by the school who is also teaching you. And anybody who is young enough to still be in high school can do this program. That's really the only restriction on this. If you guys are preferably 15 or 16 and you are about to enter into your junior year, you can do this program. And like I said, the only restrictor on this is really whether or not you're in high school and you haven't gotten to your junior year yet, and if you live in Arizona. Because if you don't live in Arizona and you're not in high school still, you just can't do this program, unfortunately. But thankfully, that's what I did. And I have to say, it really helped get me to where I am now. Because a lot of people ask me, you know, what's it like getting your PPL at ATP? And I tell them straightforward, I think, I haven't done it. I didn't get my PPL at ATP, obviously. I got mine at Transpac, which is who my school contracts through to teach their students. So I had the whole school year to get my license, and honestly I feel like it would have taken me like 4 months if I would have gone full paced, but we ended up taking, I think it was 7 or 8 months, just because, you know, you have to deal with school district and they have to work some things out, and we have to slow down occasionally, and we have breaks throughout the year. But if all that was aside, I feel like I could have finished in 4 months. And people ask me, you know, do you feel like you'd be able to do your PPL if you would have done an ATP? And my honest answer is no. I do not feel like I would have been able to complete my private PPL license if I did it through ATP. And to you guys that have completed your private at ATP, my utmost respect to you guys, because that is a lot of knowledge and a lot of things to learn in such a short period of time. I think ATP gives them like 2 or 3 months to do their PPL. which is possible. I mean, a lot of people have done it, but it's a lot of work. So yeah, thankfully that's why I was happy that I was able to get mine through my high school. I didn't have to pay for it. I got extremely lucky. And it was a really good program. And so what I'll do is in the description I will put the link to my high school and the aerospace program below. And I'm really hoping that some of you guys are young enough and just happen to live in Arizona that you can go and take advantage of this opportunity, because I tell people about this not all the time, but they'll ask me, how did you get your PPL? Oh, my high school gave it to me, or my high school paid for it, and they just can't believe it. And what shocks me is that this program is not that popular. When I went through it with my class of seniors, there were only 6 of us, including myself, that were in the program. And of us 6, I think only 3 of us finished. And the other 3 that didn't finish, they had personal issues that kind of came up, and time and all that kind of prevented them from finishing. But it's still an extraordinary program. And I graduated high school back in May of this year. So May of 2017 I graduated. Not even 19 yet. And thanks to that, I was able to go to ATP. I had 77 hours, so just below what ATP requires. So I had to time build a little bit. But now I was able to go to ATP. I knocked out my IFR rating. And right now I'm sitting on my comm multi, getting ready to go do comm single and then CFI school. And then I'll be done with the program. And if it wasn't for me getting my PPL in high school, I would probably be doing a 141 program through a college. And from what I've seen personally, I think that going 141 through a college is honestly a waste of time, because what I'm doing is I'm knocking out all my ratings now. So when I start college in January, I will be a full-fledged flight instructor. So that means for the next 4 years of my life, all I have to do is flight instruct and go to college. And the degree that I'm going to be taking is a professional flight degree, so it's mainly built around you getting your ratings throughout your college. And since I already have all my ratings, this degree is pretty much going to be cake. So I don't have to stress college too much, because half of my classes I'll get credit for because I already know this stuff. So if anything, I'll just sit in there and be like, yeah, okay, give me the test, and then I'm done. But compared to if you were to do that program, the college 141 program, and go all 4 years getting your ratings, by the time you graduate, you might already be an instructor, or you will have just become an instructor. And now you're 21, okay, and now you gotta start building time so that you can go off to the regionals. By the time I'm 21, hopefully I should be done with college by the time I'm 21, if not like 21 and a half. By the time I'm 21 though, if all goes well, I'll have my degree. I'll have 1,500 hours, if not more. And I'll be able to go straight up to regional airline. And the restricted ATP, the one that I qualify for, if you have 1,500 hours and you're at or above 21 years old, you can go off to a 121 airline. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Compared to my friends who are doing, in my case, ASU's professional flight program, which isn't bad. I'm not saying it's not bad or anything. Different strokes for different folks. But in their case, when they graduate, they're going to still have to do some time building, and they might not get to the regionals until they're like 22, 23, at which point, was it really even worth it for you to go through all this extra work just to get 500 hours knocked off of your ATP license? When I'm 21, I'll be there before you. And I'm not bragging or anything, but just for you guys that are trying to figure out, do you want to get your ratings while you're in college, or knock out your ratings first and then go to college, I would highly recommend that if you can handle a program like ATP, and it is not hard, guys. I'll get to that in a second. But if you guys are thinking about those 2 options, I would definitely say knock out your ratings first and then go to college. It'll just make your life so much easier, in my opinion. And during high school, I had to balance getting my PPL, my high school work, and I also had a job on the side. So I had 3 different things I had to manage. I was getting maybe 4 hours of sleep a night, and it was really taking a toll on me. and I just did not want to do that during college. So I figured if I can knock out my ratings, I don't have to worry about studying for an IFR check ride because I already have that done. All I have to do is just look at my core classes and go work for maybe 5 or 4 hours a day. That's not that bad, guys. It's really not that bad. So yeah, but just on a quick side note, I know that a lot of you guys have been wondering, can I go to ATP? Is it hard? And I wanted to make a video on how hard ATP's program is, but I didn't want to make it when I was in my IFR stage or private multi stage because I still hadn't gotten really deep inside of it, and I didn't have enough check rides to really tell you guys, yeah, this is hard, this is easy. But now I feel like I have a little more experience, so I can kind of speak on it more. So just so that you guys know exactly where I'm at in the program, I have my IFR, my private multi, my commercial multi, and I'm getting ready to do comm single on Monday, and then after that I go to CFI school. And I'm pretty sure that CFI stuff is going to be hard, but that'll be a whole nother video. But as of where I am now, up to this point, and note that I didn't get my PPL ATP, I got it at Transpac, I would say that this program is really, really easy. It is not that difficult, and of course it might be a little different for you guys, but from my experience, it is a relatively easy program. You guys have 6 months to complete it. And honestly, honest to God, I'm not exaggerating, I feel like you could get it done easily a month early if everything goes to plan. For example, I feel like I would be done with the program by now had my crew cross countries gone how they should have. And that'll make more sense because I'm going to make another video on how crew cross country went and why it wasn't exactly the best experience that I've ever had. And it put me about a month behind the program. And I'll make a video on that. I'm not judging ATP or anything, but that'll be a whole nother video. But with that being said, you guys should not have a problem completing this program. And one thing to understand is just where I'm coming from. I went from high school to ATP, and then I'm going on to college. So my mind is still in that learning phase, right? Like I still have no problem picking up information. For those of you that have gotten settled down in a career and you haven't been to school in years, it might be a little bit harder for you guys to readjust and take in the knowledge that you need to know for aviation. And I say this because I spoke to a few guys who've done just that. They were, accountants, or one of the guys I know was accountants, or they were, they had their own company, or they were nurses or whatever, news reporters, journalists, all that, just all sorts of walks of life. And they would tell me that getting back into the mindset of learning is much more difficult when you haven't had to learn anything new for a while. And so if that's the standpoint that you guys come from, it might take you guys 6 or 7 months to complete the program. And that's not anything bad at all. That is totally understandable. And if it gets hard, just keep pushing forward. What I like to do is, whenever I have a hard check ride coming up, or when I think it's hard, I kind of just look around me. And not to sound mean or anything, but when you look around you, sometimes you realize that a lot of the people around you are idiots. And they are also flight instructors. And so you kind of just think to yourself, if this guy made it, I should have absolutely no problems at all making it through this program. Because if somebody who clearly does not have any idea what they're doing, and they're a flight instructor now with the same program you did, you should have no problems getting through the program at all. And so it's kind of just just realize that if others did it, you can too. And believe me, I have seen some talk to some really, really iffy instructors. I mean, I've talked to instructors who've told me that it's not a bad thing if your aircraft is overweight. And it left me with no words. And then he also tried to tell me that airlines commonly take off overweight. And I'm just like, okay, buddy. And then when you ask him to justify what he's saying or what she's saying, you can quickly pick up that they are full of crap. And at that point, you can't do anything more than feel sorry for their students. But, you know, I'm not going to talk too much crap about that instructor, you know, in case he sees this video. But anyways, guys, yeah, so that's my story. That's how I got my private pilot's license. And hopefully, if there's any of you guys who live in Arizona and you're about to enter into your junior year of high school, and you want to get into this program, please, oh, I pray, I really pray that you guys shoot me an email, leave a comment down below, get my attention somehow, and I promise you that I will give you a step-by-step guide on how to go through this program. Or if you guys actually want a video on how to specifically get through this program, I'll happily make a video on that. But I just figured I'd make this one to kind of ramble a few things into one. I know it wasn't the best, but hopefully that kind of gives you guys an idea of how ATP is, how I got my free PPL, and all that good stuff. But anyways, guys, I will catch you guys on the next video. And please, as I say every single time, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the questions, guys. I love it when you guys give me questions. I've had a few guys send me emails asking me how to do this and that, and it's awesome because then it gives me something to think about, and I can give you guys a fresh perspective on, you know, maybe if you want this or that, you shouldn't do this. So yeah, if you guys just have any questions, you know, let me know, and I'll definitely get back to you guys. I'll either write you back an email, or if it's a really good subject, I'll make a video of it. It just really depends. Anyways, guys, this is my last goodbyes. I will talk to you all later, and stay tuned for the next video. See you guys.